What is a beautiful life? A life that gives you happiness, that gives you satisfaction, that adds value to somebody's life, where you feel successful in the happiness of others. And when you feel successful in the happiness of others, you yourself feel happy, you feel successful. You feel that the purpose of coming on this life is served. The length of the life does not matter. The quality of the life matters the most. I'll share an example with you because when we travel, we get to learn all those things. Travel is always a learning thing that teaches you so many things in life. So last year we went to a festival which is called the Firefly Dance Festival. It sounds very interesting, isn't it? So this was about the fireflies, and we all are fascinated by fireflies. Such a charming creatures. Do you see how they make you happy? Anybody, even if you are a little child, even if you are an adult or an elderly, when you see a firefly, you feel happy. But do you know the life of the firefly? It has a very, very short span of life. It comes, it gives light, it makes people happy, it goes away. So, the firefly, it gives you something. It gives you happiness. You feel happy. But the life of the fireflies is very, very short. Maybe just, let's say, 1 week or so. But the purpose of the firefly being here, it is giving happiness to others. That's it. So with that example, I'll also give you a little brief about what we did during this tour. So that if you want, you can also go there. So there is a village in Maharashtra called Purushwadi. It is near Nasik, and where every year during the monsoon, because the monsoon is the time for fireflies mating. So when they meet and they come together and then they dance. So this is why the festival is called Firefly Dance Festival. So every year it happens in many parts. Like you get to see firefly. I am sure you must have seen fireflies. I have also seen firefly because I come from a village area. So wherever there is not much of light pollution, you get to see fireflies. But the interesting part about this particular place is that they claim that you get to see millions of fireflies. Can you ever imagine that? And this was the thing, because I come from Himalayan village where you get to see fireflies in plenty, but not in millions. I had never seen that. But we went there, and we were staying in camps. It was in the month of let's say in maybe June or something, I believe. And then we went there, and we thought it would be quite hot there, but we were surprised that we stayed in tent. It was up there on a hill, and it was pretty windy, and we actually had to take blankets in the night. But the experience altogether was very, very different staying in camp, although we had stayed in camps earlier also. But for someone who has not stayed, it's very, very interesting. And then there were people from different backgrounds, so it was amazing meeting them. And then the most interesting thing happened during the night time. We were sitting by, not even night, but during the evening time, we were sitting by a small sort of with the same camping. They had a eating area or a chatting area basically. So we were sitting there sipping a cup of tea, and we started seeing those little fireflies one by one appearing. It was getting dark, and then we had meal, and the meal was at the house of some local people in the same village called Purushwadi. So there was a village Purushwadi, and we had a camping site nearby. So we had meals, local meals, the Marathi meals, like all these Puran Puli and all those stuffs which I had never heard about earlier, sitting on the ground in their mud houses, and they were very, very rural and very rustic with all those old stuffs. And then the interesting thing happened when we came back from the dinner. Then we went out in the jungle, where you won't believe, while we were just going, can you imagine, it's a Christmas time, and literally, let me tell you, we were just walking. I had my little son also with me, my wife, and on both sides of the road, like it was a path, and we had bushes, and there were so many fireflies just flickering, and they were, at times they would come to us, be on our chest or maybe on our hands, and they were in such a great number. And as we moved on, we went to a nearby river stream, and there on a particular tree, they were literally in so much plenty. They were literally in plenty, and that tree looked like a Christmas tree. That was so amazing. Can you imagine all these? They were like flickering fireflies. They were emitting lights, and that was so unbelievable sight. I still cannot explain the sight with you. You have to go yourself and watch that scene. It's really magical. It takes you into a different world altogether, especially for the kid. It was because he had seen that for the very first time, so many of them, literally millions of them. That view I can still not imagine, and I am not good at photography, so I could not take the photos during night time. But that atmosphere, all the activities that we did, and the next morning we again went to the village. We plucked all those jamuns from the trees. We ate them, and we sat by the river, and we did chat, and we took a bath there, and we did all these kind of activities that we generally don't do. So if you want to do this program, you can go there. It is conducted by an organization called Grassroot. I can share the link below if you are interested, and it happens only during a particular period of time. It doesn't happen all through the year. It happens only for maybe, let's say, 15 days or maybe a month or so, because these fireflies, they have a very short period of life, and they appear, and during this particular time, during the monsoon, they appear and they dance. Means basically they emit light to to attract their females. So they sort of dance. All these males dance to attract females. So it's a very interesting thing, interesting concept, and very interesting things you get to learn, not only from the fireflies. Of course, that's the message, that fireflies teach us how to be beautiful. Your life should be beautiful. How it is beautiful when you give happiness to the other people, and your length of your life doesn't matter. But again, we got to learn from the local people there how they survive within those conditions where even the electricity is not there. And the main thing was that electricity was not there, so there was no light pollution, and they were in number. So all these things coming together gave a whole experience to us. And I would also encourage all of you to go on such experiences, which gives you not only the insights about life, but gives you different experiences that we generally don't find. So keep traveling, keep wandering, and keep wondering. Thank you so much for your time.